Hello, and welcome to Select 10. If you are exhausted of finding the same old titles on Netflix, then you should know there are some great cinematic gems tucked deep in the platform's ever-expanding library. Films that remained unnoticed yet demand your entire attention. There are plenty of underappreciated films on Netflix in 2025 that are just waiting to be found. So prepare yourself to discover the greatest, lesser-known films available on Netflix at the moment. Number 7. Moonfall. It is Roland Emmerich's massive sci-fi disaster extravaganza in which the moon gets thrown out of rotation and accelerates toward Earth. It follows conspiracy researcher Casey Houseman, NASA executive Joe Fowler, and retired astronomer Brian Harper as they work to find a mysterious core beneath the moon and stop the end of the world. Like one might anticipate from an Emmerich epic, the film has spectacular sequences, staggering visuals, and massive destruction. Although Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson play believable characters, the film's tone is disorganized with the sentimental and familial subplots, which feel underdeveloped. But in terms of scientific credibility and narrative consistency, Moonfall falters. Its cliched and inadvertently humorous speech and questionable physics are problematic. Nevertheless, Moonfall is a guilty pleasure trip reminiscent of vintage B-movie classics if you're in the mood for an extravagant, effects-driven extravaganza and are willing to set aside your aspirations for accuracy or psychological relevance. Number 6. Super Dark Times. This 2017 unsettling suburban life thriller deconstructs the innocence of adolescence to its most terrifying essence. Set in rural New York in the mid-1990s, the movie centers on Zach and Josh, two closest friends. Tragically, a careless afternoon spent swinging a traditional Japanese sword results in an unintentional death that they hide, setting off a chain reaction of regret, fear, and increasing aggression. The young actors' performances are honest and convincing, eloquently conveying the fragile nature and agony of teenagers. The film excels in its psychological depth, tone, and period details, but its conclusion seems a little too typical. Overall, it's a bleak, character-centered thriller that focuses on state of mind instead of shock thrills. If you want to see a harsh, realistic portrayal of youth carelessness, Super Dark Times is an underrated gem. Number 5. The Girl with All the Gifts, 2016. While it imagines a bleak future in which a fungal disease changes humans into frenzied hungries, it is not a regular zombie movie. Instead, it focuses on Melanie, a bright and kind teenage hybrid who manages to maintain her sanity. The movie begins on a desolate military installation where Melanie and other young hybrids are being held in captivity for research purposes. But when the facility is overrun by the infected, Melanie leads a handful of people through a devastated England, forcing everyone to discover the true meaning of survival. The movie takes a clever, emotionally charged style of horror by fusing philosophical inquiries about ethical behavior, personality, and history with visceral suspense. Although there are moments when the narrative seems hurried or unbalanced, its emotional impact and uniqueness are solid. It is a must-see, owing to its eerie fusion of heart, suspense, and innovative genre creativity that lasts long after the credits have rolled. Number 4. Coven of Sisters. It is a 2020 historical drama about the Spanish Inquisition's witch persecution in Basque Country. The story revolves around 5 young women who are captured on witchcraft charges and threatened with execution unless they confess. To protect themselves, they trick an investigator into visiting a witch's sabbath, exploiting knowledge and cleverness as their only defense against savagery. Despite its short-running duration and inadequate setting, the film creates constant suspense through in-depth perspectives and sharp visuals. The expressive performances lend a psychological weight to a well-written narrative that examines rebellion, unity, and intimidation. Not all audiences will like it. Some may find the pacing crawling and growth of characters inconsistent. Overall, the movie focuses on power, dread, and collective opposition rather than obvious horror. Although it lights slowly, it produces a chilling impression and paints a powerful picture of women standing up to oppression. Number 3. Forgotten. It is a 2017 psychological thriller directed by Jang Hang-jun. The movie centers on Jin-seok, who comes to a new home with his family only to see his older brother kidnapped. However, when the brother reappears days later, strange mysteries and actions lead Jin-seok to uncover a terrifying conspiracy and eventually face a painful history. The film's power lies in its ambiance and intensity. The rain-soaked remote house, a locked chamber with weird sounds, and Jin-seok's mounting panic build a heavy environment. Although some people find the following developments confusing, Forgotten leaves you guessing with its twist after twist. But despite the pacing lapses and a somewhat forced ending, it gets praise for its psychological intricacy and editing. Overall, Forgotten is a gripping, gloomy thriller, perfect for fans of mind-bending stories. Number 2. Locke. It is a 2013 thriller drama set completely within a BMW during a nighttime trip by building supervisor Ivan Locke from Birmingham to London. Without any visual interruptions, the story is told through 36 live phone conversations that show how his personal and professional lives are falling apart. His wife learns of his cheating, his building job is on the verge of failing, and he helps a woman give birth to his kid. Tom Hardy gives a spellbinding performance, holding the screen solo for 85 minutes. His subtle depiction of a man under extreme strain keeps you interested throughout. Director Stephen Knight converts a cramped location into a quiet, private stage, using just radio talk and passing streetlights to generate tension and empathy. Despite its simple framework, Locke is riveting, insightful, and quietly suspenseful. It serves as both a character study and an ethical thriller. It's a unique instance of psychological filmmaking that demonstrates how one actor in a car can hold our entire attention, provided that the performance and screenplay are effective. Number 1. The Summit of the Gods. It is a magnificent animated film from 2021 that vividly and emotionally brings Jiro Taniguchi's beloved manga to life. The story follows Makoto Fujimachi, a young Japanese photographer who comes across an antique camera that is said to have belonged to renowned mountaineer George Mallory. This leads him to the intriguing Habu Joji, a lonely hiker fascinated with Everest, and provides the starting point for an engaging story about a passion, survival, and the lure of the mountain. In terms of visuals, the movie raises the bar for animation realism. Its snow-capped summits, treacherous walkways, and deadly climbs look incredibly real, engrossing you in the climber's mental and physical challenges. Patrick Imbert's direction strikes the right balance between colossal grandeur and personal human moments, with the simple animation style heightening the emotional suspense. This isn't an ordinary animated film. It's a cinematic reflection on nature, desire, and commitment. If you're interested in tales that investigate why people pursue unattainable dreams, The Summit of the Gods is a unique gem that you are not going to forget soon. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.